So, guys, welcome to FrightFest. Welcome back to FrightFest. I guess it feels like you're kind of here almost every year with the film. How does it feel to be back?
So great. It's we always say horror Christmas, so we're going to think of a new one. Horror Heaven is Horror Heaven. So back in heaven, died and went to heaven yet again. Yes, really happy to be back.
And yourself, Ian?
Yeah, this is my second time back. So last year was my first year at World Santa,
Yeah.
and I really loved it. Everyone's so welcoming. Everyone's so supportive of each other.
Horror community is amazing.
Yeah, it's really, really nice. Like, they were so supportive of me, and I've never met them before. It was really, really nice to feel welcome, because it's scary going to these things.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed it. So I'm glad to be back.
I mean, you said horror Christmas a minute ago, but Christmas and horror seems to be something that you're quite drawn to. The last two films, Werewolf Santa and Advent, are both Christmas themed. What is it about, Christmas and horror that you enjoy sort of mixing together?
I think what it is, Kat, is if you set a movie in February or March, the decor of the thing is okay, but with the Christmas trees and all the trappings of the snow, from Gremlins on, all those amazing movies, when you go against the grain, Silent Night, Deadly Night, anything like that, Terrifier 3 at the moment, you've got all that fun to play with, all that tinsel, all that built-up family Christmas cheer that we just know is going to explode somewhere. So I just think it's a rich tapestry to work with horror and Christmas. It's like, I would say it's like whiskey and Coke. It's literally built so, it goes so well.
I think it's a yin and yang, because
Yeah.
you have the joy of Christmas and the peacefulness of it coming up, and then it gets interrupted by something horrible.
Tell us a little bit about Advent. What's the story? Who are you playing in it? What's it about?
So to talk about what it's about, this disturbed me. It was the Blue Whale game, which came about in 2016 and 2017. And this was a social media phenomenon where a server called the Blue Whale would take teenagers through certain challenges over 50 days. And it was things like don't talk to anyone all day, imagine killing yourself, paint your room black, horrible things that kind of wore down their mental capacity. Wake up at 4:30 a.m. and I hated that one. They said watch horror movies, like that was a bad thing. I don't know why they threw that in there. But what it was I wanted to take that thing, that scary glamorization of teen suicide, which is a scary theme, put it in an advent calendar, but link it to the supernatural rather than human evil, which is where it was rooted initially.
What was interesting about that, and I was just to correlate it, is that they also thought that it was a lot of older people convincing a lot of younger people, but it actually turned out there was a lot of young people that were the instigators.
So deranged.
So that's quite a scary thing in itself.
Really is, yeah.
For me, my character is Charlie, who it follows Charlie and Haley. Haley is the protagonist, and she is doing a YouTube channel about all things horror. And we find this Krampus calendar. And I think Charlie is the kind of voice of reason, or the little bit of the Jiminy Cricket that's a little bit more wary than Haley. But I think it's also about grief, because Haley is going through a lot of grief right now with her mother dying, and I think she's more impulsive. And me, I'm trying to get Haley out of that, and I can see it dragging her in, and it scares me because I love my friend, but also I can feel that there's something weird happening with that. So I think it's nice for my character, because he brings us on that level of, oh, we can see something's going on.
And I think a common theme within your work is, obviously the last two films have been horror Christmas, but you also seem to be drawn to, YouTube personalities, documentarians. What is it about these characters that you think is, such a good way into these sorts of stories?
I think it's so raw, the internet. People in the past have tried to show me these horrific videos where someone's going to be beheaded or something, and you suddenly in hell. That would give me nightmares till I die. I really wouldn't want to see anything like that. And I think there's something about found footage and hybrids, faux documentaries, where you feel like you're in the room with the characters, and that the emotions are so strong that it's almost a little bit uncomfortable. A bit like this, thing I saw today, Heretic with Hugh Grant, where everything's just on their faces all the time. I love the De Palma thing where it's all about cinema swirling about and being everywhere all at once, David Fincher style, but I also like human characters put under the microscope. And in the horror genre, as the emotions are so intense, and you've got the Christmas tree up, you can really examine these supercharged emotions. So I just think that style of filmmaking has been wanting it to be a documentary super realism behind it always.
And as you know, you've had a few films screened at FrightFest over the years. How important do you think it is that festivals like this exist? How do they help support you as independent filmmakers?
I think these. I mean, we love FrightFest, Horror Heaven. We'll nickname it. These movies. What often happens, I'll see films and then I've never seen them again. So it's the only exposure for certain movies. And I think that I don't like that movies are vanishing away. I think maybe it is becoming a bit more corporate out there with the horror sector. That would be a terrible thing. So I love the freedom of expression at things like FrightFest, where you get to see, as it should be in the horror world, things that might alarm you that are really out there, and you may never see them again, but you've got that memory that you saw them once.
And finally, where should people be looking on social media for news about what's happening with Advent Next?
Black Rabbit Cinema for myself. Follow the Black Rabbit, so any updates, and my Facebook, Airell Anthony Hayles as well.
And where can people keep up with yourself?
Mine is Cian Lorcan on Instagram, and that's really it for me. I'm so bad with social media.
Yeah, your Instagram is brilliant, man.
Yeah, my Instagram is
It's great.
that's probably where the best is.
Well, thank you guys so much. I'm going to go and let you have a whiskey and coke before the screening.
I need to finally meet you.